watermelon. This was a delicacy so precious, so labor-intensive to produce, that it was reserved exclusively for gods and royalty. Pharaohs ate it, priests offered it in temples. The common people, they could only dream, and it wasn't just a treat. The marshmallow plant was medicine. Egyptians used it to soothe sore throats, calm coughs, and heal wounds. For thousands of years, that's what the marshmallow was, a rare medicinal luxury. So how did we get from sacred Egyptian temples to grocery store shelves? That journey would take millennia, and it would pass through an unexpected place, France. Fast forward to the early 1800s, Europe. The Industrial Revolution is reshaping society, and in small candy shops across France, confectioners are experimenting with something old in a new way. They've rediscovered the marshmallow plant, but instead of just extracting the sap, they're
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Cashmoney.shorts here. I'm back again with another video. Today, I'm gonna be reacting to this video in a title called my phone. Reacting to this video in a title. I'm gonna say it again. I'm finna be reacting to this video in a title called "How Marshmallows Are Made in a Factory." Just to make it in like some songs like it. Sometimes they belong to the store, like every store, bro. You feel me? I'm gonna be racking the videos, and it's to see how this made in a factory, but before I start racking videos, my fault for not making YouTube videos, bro. Cause I had like clean the house, like cause like I do this like every day, bro. Just every day. I keep the house clean every day, bro. Like, just like I was telling the viewers about like what I do in my life. It was like before like. After I make videos of where have I been like the past month ago. It was because it was on February till 2026, and then I talked to you guys about clean the house. Like I do every day in the night. Like sometimes it's my goal. Like it's sometimes like I do the dishes and shit. Or that and other things in the house, like I do the vacuuming forward, bro. with a four like you see the fours are dirtier. And it's some things for the summer because it's the summer of 26. But I'm trying to give me a summer jobs and shit like. And wait before I start the video, I had to do things like the summer that like to do things like go to water parks to like I had got on slides. And one thing I did the first time I was like on the board, and then be careful. It's where you got like your belly is. You got like people will wait their turn to just one person at a time, and I had wait for my turn before at the water park. It's a most part that like I did at the water park where you put the belly like a penguin. Wait, this. I don't even see it. It is where you like. I'm gonna show you the skills. Is where you put the belly on right here. Watch. And then like some people choose to like I seen people at the water park did this summer 26. They do this at like a surfboard and stuff. I did that for the first time. The next time like I want to go there, I want to try again. That's how like I did my part for the last time, like to do the surfing. It's a lot like a surfboard where people could go like at one at a time, bro, and stuff, but. I forgot to tell you that I graduated high school. Before I had went to eat at the restaurant with my dad and my stepmom. That's it. My stepmom, right? And at the restaurant I had like it's pizza and then I got this drink. I got this drink called I had this Mountain Dew because it was so good. I had a good time, and I'm gonna show you. Show you the graduation joint. I got this graduation Ben Sam High School drawing my hand, and once I look and once I open this, nigga look, bro, they had my name. They didn't like put my name on the second drawing, bro, right here, cause that's bronze. But I just want my name on this one. But I have a question. Who else that forgot their names, like as they're like, as a performer graduates, they give out like this one. Bro, I don't know why the fuck they forgot my name on this shit. But never mind. But it's I'm not like upset. I was confused, and this here is from my family. I can't let y'all read this. Yo, shout out to my family. Like, give me this one. I'm gonna keep it forever. But all right, bro. I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna keep it a bean. This is like I graduated. This is how like I graduated on June 11th to 2026. I graduated 2026. Here's another like never mind. But this is how I graduated 2026, and you know I want my plan. I want my plan to go to Bucks County Community College for the psychology to help like help the people like what's going on. But here's the question, right? Do I wear any type of uniform? Like, let me know in the comments, bro. I guess like in college, like sometimes like they wear like uniforms and shit, uniforms. Just I'm trying to like be like I don't know, bro, but like be wearing uniforms for the psychologists in college. I don't know, but I was planning to go to college, but I can't. I'm not going to say that will not say too much in this video, but right now, like I'm reacting to this video in the title, like called "How Marshmallows Are Made in a Factory." But we'll talk about the marshmallows at the end. But like let's start the reaction video right now. But if you guys new to the video, like like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all my social media pages and all that. So yeah, bro. Make sure to show some love. Show some love in road to 200 too, bro. Ooh, let's get it.
For a second. Picture yourself as a kid sitting around a crackling campfire. The night air is cool against your skin. You're holding a long stick with something white and puffy at the end, rotating it slowly over the flames, watching, waiting, and then it happens. The sugar catches, the outside turns golden brown. You pull it back, blow on it gently, and take that first bite. The outer shell gives way to a warm, gooey center that melts on your tongue. That memory? It's not just yours. It belongs to millions of people across generations. And yet, here's something most of us never stop to consider. That little white pillow you just imagined has a story that stretches back nearly 4,000 years. It was once reserved for gods and royalty. It started as medicine, and today, according to the National Confectioners Association, Americans alone buy more than 90 million pounds of marshmallows every single year. That's roughly the same weight as 1,286 gray whales. But how does something so ancient become something so mass-produced? How do 3 basic ingredients transform into billions of fluffy, bouncy, perfectly uniform pieces? This is the story of the marshmallow, from Egyptian tombs to modern factory floors. And trust me, it's stranger than you think. Let's go back, way back, to around 2000 BCE, ancient Egypt. Along the banks of the Nile in the swampy marshlands, there grew a peculiar plant. It had fleshy stems, pale pink flowers, and roots that contained something special, a thick, sticky sap. The Egyptians called it the mallow plant, and they discovered that when you extracted the sap from its roots and mixed it with honey and nuts, something magical happened. You got a sweet, gooey substance unlike anything else. But here's the thing, this wasn't candy for everyone. This was a delicacy so precious, so labor-intensive to produce, that it was reserved exclusively for gods and royalty. Pharaohs ate it, priests offered it in temples. The common people, they could only dream, and it wasn't just a treat. The marshmallow plant was medicine. Egyptians used it to soothe sore throats, calm coughs, and heal wounds. For thousands of years, that's what the marshmallow was, a rare medicinal luxury. So how did we get from sacred Egyptian temples to grocery store shelves? That journey would take millennia, and it would pass through an unexpected place, France. Fast forward to the early 1800s, Europe. The Industrial Revolution is reshaping society, and in small candy shops across France, confectioners are experimenting with something old in a new way. They've rediscovered the marshmallow plant, but instead of just extracting the sap, they're doing something different. They're whipping it, combining the sticky root extract with sugar, water, and egg whites, then beating it by hand until it transforms into something light and fluffy. They called it pâté de guimauve, and it was delicious, but there was a problem, a big one. Making these marshmallows was brutally slow. Each batch had to be whipped by hand, poured into molds, and left to set for 1 to 2 days. 1 to 2 days for a single batch of candy. Imagine trying to run a business like that. Candy shops couldn't keep up with demand. Customers wanted more, but the process was a bottleneck. Something had to change, and by the late 1800s, it did. Candy makers across Europe and America made a crucial decision. They stopped using the marshmallow marshmallow plant altogether. Instead, they replaced the difficult-to-source root sap with something far more practical: gelatin. At the same time, someone invented the starch mogul system, trays filled with modified cornstarch, pressed with molds, creating cavities where liquid marshmallow could be poured and set. Suddenly, production sped up, costs went down, and by the early 1900s, marshmallows were no longer a luxury. They were available to the masses. But even then, making marshmallows was still relatively slow. They still needed time to set. They still required careful handling. The modern marshmallow, the one you know today, was still waiting to be born, and it would take one more breakthrough to get there. Late 1940s, America. A food manufacturer is tinkering with a new idea. What if instead of pouring marshmallow into molds and waiting for it to set, you could push it through tubes, inject it with air under high pressure, cut it into perfect pieces automatically? He called it the extrusion process, and he patented it. Here's how it worked. The marshmallow mixture, still warm and flexible, would be forced through a series of tubes. As it moved, pressurized air would be blasted into it, creating thousands of tiny bubbles. The mixture would emerge as long, continuous ropes, which would then be sliced by automated cutters into uniform pieces. No more waiting days for marshmallows to set, no more hand pouring, no more inconsistent shapes. By the early 1950s, this technology had spread across the industry, and it changed everything. Marshmallows went from being a specialty item to an everyday treat. They showed up in recipes, in hot chocolate, in cereal. They became synonymous with campfires and childhood summers. But how does this process actually work today? What happens inside a modern marshmallow factory? Let's step inside. Picture a massive industrial facility, stainless steel everywhere, the hum of machinery, and floating through the air, the unmistakable scent of vanilla and sugar. This is where marshmallows are born. It starts with just 3 ingredients: sugar, corn syrup, water. That's the foundation, the base upon which everything else is built. But there's a 4th ingredient that makes all the difference: gelatin. Now, gelatin only makes up about 1 to 2% of the final product, roughly 8 grams in a standard 500-gram bag. That sounds like almost nothing, but don't let that fool you. Gelatin is the secret weapon. It's what gives marshmallows their signature bounce, that satisfying squish when you press one between your fingers, the way it springs back to its original shape. That's all gelatin. Some factories also add wheat flour or egg whites for texture variations, vanilla extract for flavor, food coloring for those pink, yellow, and blue marshmallows you see in mixed bags. But the core is always the same: sugar, corn syrup, water, gelatin, simple ingredients. But the process of combining them, that's where the magic happens. The sugar, corn syrup, and water are combined in a large industrial pot. Workers stir it into a thick, sticky paste. Then the heat comes on, and now temperature matters more than almost anything else. The mixture must reach exactly 240 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a specific threshold where the sugar solution reaches the perfect consistency to become marshmallow. Once the mixture hits that precise temperature, it gets pushed through a superfine sieve. This catches any lumps, any tiny imperfections, because in the marshmallow world, even the smallest clump can ruin the final texture. What comes out the other side is smooth, uniform, and ready for transformation. Meanwhile, in a separate container, gelatin has been dissolving in cold water. This is called blooming. The gelatin absorbs the water, softens, and prepares to do its job. When the hot sugar mixture meets the bloomed gelatin, chemistry takes over. The two combine into a thick, sticky solution, but it's still just liquid. To become a marshmallow, it needs one more thing: air. This is the step that separates marshmallows from every other candy. The gelatin and sugar mixture is transferred to massive industrial mixers. These are towering steel machines with whisks the size of small children, capable of handling hundreds of pounds of mixture at once. And then those mixers go to work. Not slow and gentle, fast, aggressive, violent almost. High-speed whisks pummel the mixture, injecting thousands upon thousands of tiny air bubbles. The liquid begins to transform. It grows, it expands, it doubles in volume, then triples. What was once a dark amber syrup starts to lighten, turning pale, then white, then brilliant snow white. Here's a fact that might surprise you. Marshmallows are approximately 50% air. Half of what you're eating when you bite into a marshmallow is literally nothing, just trapped gas bubbles, suspended in a matrix of sugar and gelatin. That's why they're so light. That's why they float in hot chocolate. That's why they feel like biting into a tiny pillow. The whipping process typically takes several minutes. Workers monitor the consistency carefully, peering into observation windows, watching as the mixture transforms from liquid to fluff. Some veteran workers claim they can tell when a batch is ready just by the sound of the mixer, by that subtle change in pitch when the consistency shifts. The gelatin activates during this process, binding everything together, trapping all that air in place. It's creating a foam structure at the molecular level, building tiny walls around each bubble to keep it from escaping. When it's done, the mixture is still warm and flexible, and it needs to move quickly to the next stage before it starts to set. The fluffy marshmallow mass is loaded onto conveyor belts. It's still pliable, still workable, but the clock is ticking. Every second that passes, the gelatin is cooling, slowly beginning to firm up. First, it passes through shapers that transform it into one long, continuous flat sheet. Then comes the first cooling stage. The slab passes through a heat exchanger where blasts of cool air flow over and through it. Workers in the cooling section often wear light jackets despite the warmth elsewhere in the factory. The temperature drop is dramatic and intentional. This does two things. It makes the mixture even fluffier as it sets, and it helps it hold its shape. Next, the slab gets pushed through molds. These transform it into long tubes or ropes. And here's where factories can get creative. Some twist multiple colored ropes together to create rainbow patterns, the strands spiraling around each other like candy cane stripes. Others combine different flavors into a single piece, creating marshmallows that taste like strawberry on one side and vanilla on the other. The tubes can be pink and white, blue and yellow, any combination imaginable. Watching the colored ropes emerge and intertwine is oddly mesmerizing. Finally, the tubes reach the cutter, a sharp automated slicer that chops them into those familiar cylindrical pieces we all recognize. The blade moves so fast it's almost invisible, just a silver blur followed by the soft thud of marshmallows separating, hundreds per minute, thousands per hour, and immediately, before the pieces have a chance to touch each other, they get dusted. If you've ever made homemade marshmallows, you know the nightmare. They stick to everything, your hands, the pan, each other, your kitchen counter, somehow your hair. You end up with one giant unusable marshmallow blob and sticky fingers that take 3 washes to clean. Factory workers solved this problem long ago. The moment those freshly cut marshmallows emerge from the slicer, they're showered in a mixture of powdered sugar and cornstarch. It coats them completely, every surface, every edge. A constant, gentle cascade of fine white powder descending on an endless stream of marshmallows. Despite protective gear, the powder finds its way everywhere. It hangs in the air like mist. It settles on eyelashes and fills the creases of clothing. This coating does two things. It prevents the marshmallows from sticking together, and it gives them that smooth, candy-like exterior we associate with store-bought marshmallows. But too much coating is a problem too. Nobody wants to bite into a mouthful of powder. That chalky texture would ruin the experience. So the marshmallows pass through vibrating sieves that shake off the excess. The machines hum and rattle, and you can see the loose powder falling away like sand through fingers. Just enough coating remains to keep them separate. Then comes the final cooling. The coated marshmallows fall into giant spinning drums, tumbling over each other in a gentle cascade. They roll and bounce, reaching room temperature, the excess dust distributing evenly across their surfaces. When they emerge, they're ready, almost. Before any marshmallow leaves the factory, it has to prove itself. Quality control workers perform what's called the snap test. They take a marshmallow from the batch, hold it up to the light briefly to check for color consistency, then cut it in half with a small blade. The cross section should be uniform, no air pockets too large, no dense spots. Then comes the real test. They press down on it with their thumb firmly, and they watch. How long does it take to spring back to its original shape? Does it bounce back quickly, eagerly, like it wants to return to form? Or does it lag, sluggish and reluctant? Does it hold its structure, or does it deform and stay compressed? This simple test reveals everything about whether the batch was made correctly. Experienced quality control workers develop an almost intuitive sense for this. They can feel the difference between a perfect marshmallow and a slightly off one. The resistance under their thumb tells them everything. A good marshmallow has confidence. It pushes back. Every batch must pass before it moves to packaging. Here's something you might not have considered. Marshmallows are mostly sugar and air, two things that don't stay fresh forever. Oxygen is the enemy. It causes staleness, hardening, flavor degradation. So packaging isn't just about putting marshmallows in bags. It's about creating a protective environment, a tiny sealed atmosphere where freshness can survive. High quality Finally, airtight bags are prepared, long sheets of material cut and sealed using heated metal tools that press together with a satisfying hiss. Folding machines shape them into the bags you see on store shelves, each crease precise, each fold identical to the one before. Digital scales weigh out precise amounts. A sensor watches marshmallows tumble onto the scale platform, counting by weight rather than number. When the target is reached, a gate closes. Every bag gets exactly the right quantity, accurate to the gram. And then comes a clever trick. Pumps inject nitrogen gas into each bag before sealing. Nitrogen pushes out the oxygen, replacing it with an inert gas that won't cause spoilage. The bag puffs up slightly as the nitrogen enters, the plastic stretching taut. That's why marshmallow bags always look slightly inflated, like tiny pillows themselves. It's not just air in there, it's nitrogen, keeping your marshmallows fresh for months. Heated rods seal the bags shut with a final press. Printers stamp best before dates and tracking codes in crisp black ink. The bags move to rotating platforms, get gathered into cardboard boxes, and ship out to stores worldwide. Let's zoom out for a moment and appreciate the scale of what we're talking about. According to the National Confectioners Association, Americans buy more than 90 million pounds of marshmallows every year. 90 million pounds. That's the weight of more than 1,200 gray whales. Modern factories produce hundreds of thousands of pounds per day. That translates to millions of individual marshmallows rolling off production lines every 24 hours. The majority of marshmallows sell between October and December, driven by hot chocolate season and holiday recipes. But here's a fun statistic. Each summer, more than 50% of all marshmallows sold end up toasted over a fire, and the variety has exploded beyond anything the ancient Egyptians could have imagined. Rainbow twisted ropes, chocolate dipped varieties, coconut topped creations, giant marshmallows for roasting, mini marshmallows for hot chocolate, marshmallow cream for baking. There's even a National Toasted Marshmallow Day celebrated every August 30th. And if you want to visit the marshmallow capital of the world, head to Ligonier, Indiana, home to an annual marshmallow festival. The current Guinness World Record for the largest s'more weighs over 340 pounds, created in Vermont in 2019. Here's what strikes me about the marshmallow story. For nearly 4,000 years, this treat existed in some form. It evolved from sacred medicine to French delicacy to mass-produced candy. It survived the fall of empires, the rise of industrialization, and the complete replacement of its original key ingredient, the marshmallow plant that gave this treat its name. It's barely involved anymore. Gelatin took its place over a century ago, and yet we still call them marshmallows. The name persists. The memory of that original plant growing in Egyptian marshes lives on in every bag. Think about that the next time you're sitting around a campfire, stick in hand, watching that white surface slowly turn golden. You're participating in something ancient, something that connects you to generations of people across continents and centuries. The Egyptians reserved it for gods. French confectioners made it by hand for days. And now, thanks to extrusion machines and industrial mixers, millions of us can experience that same simple pleasure whenever we want. A perfect combination of sugar, water, gelatin, and air. Nothing more, nothing less. Sometimes the best things in life really are that simple.
This is it for a reaction video of how I made this a marshmallows in the factory. But I seen in this video that like with the part of the marshmallow is the color pink. I never knew like it's gonna be pink, but whatever they make, like wherever they make the marshmallows like pink too all that. I'm gonna keep it a bean. And do you know see I'm talking about? Like that's why I told you I was making videos until after I was reacting to this video recently, like where they make marshmallows in the factory, but it takes like some time, some time that how long is it gonna take to make them until it's delivered to one of the stores. And remember what I said to talk about the marshmallows and the s'mores. Over the summer, you feel me? I want to try to like make this video before summer end. Like summer does not end forever. If I had enough money, I rather I wish I could go to the store, like go give me some graham crackers and marshmallows and then like in the chocolate for to make marshmallows, but and then posting the videos. You feel me? The next time, like, I will have to let people know, like, should I make a YouTube video of making s'mores to 2026? Maybe like the next time I want to do, but if I had enough money, bro. Yeah, it's June, but it's June 30th. Tomorrow it's July. You feel me? It's a last year in June, guys. Let me know, like, let me know that. What do you guys think in the comments that I react to videos, but it was good. So it's the end of the video. Well, just like I said before, if you guys new to the joint, like like the video, so subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my other ones, subscribe to the other two channels and stuff. For all my Instagrams, Snapchat, and Facebook. And I'm out this video.